Welcome to the final video in this series. Here we're talking all about WordPress, your blog, and how to connect the two, where to make blog posts. If you're not familiar, WordPress integrates with Showit. So Showit controls the front end styling and your blogging is actually done inside of WordPress. Now you already have a WordPress account. When you connect your domain and you activate your Showit WordPress blog subscription, you want to be on the blog basic or the advanced blog tier in order to use a blog. If you would like to upgrade your subscription so that you can use these blog templates and have a blog, just reach out to the Showit support team and they can help you. So this is a demo of what your blog page will look like once the content is populated and filled in. You're actually going to delete this page. So it says demo blog, delete. You'll click on these three little dots and hit delete. Again, this is just the example page. You're actually going to work in and customize this page that says blog. Here you can see we have these filler text and the filler boxes. This is going to automatically pull in content from WordPress, but you can adjust the styling if you need to on this page. You can replace things like this background image, customize your categories here, and play around with the styling to get it looking perfect. Once you have it the way you like it, you can go to the single post page. Again, this one has a demo page. You'll delete this page and work on the single post page. Again, you are going to auto-populate content in here from WordPress, so you really just need to play around with some of the styling to make sure that it's looking the way you want, the titles, the correct color, all that good stuff. You also have another page called category down here. This is how the posts will display that are filed under a specific category. If I go to the blog and I click on one of these categories here, for example, skincare, I will go to category and it will say filed under skincare and then show the posts that fall under that category. It's just a really cool page. We also have a search page here. So same thing, the search results. If we go back to the blog and click on search the blog, your results, kind of like the category, will populate here in the same style. You also have a tag section. So this is very similar to category if you would like to filter by a tag instead of a main category. When you're happy with the style, you'll go back to the main blog page and we want to work on our categories here. You'll pick a couple of different categories that are relevant to your brand that you want to use inside of WordPress. You will change the text here just like normal, and then we have to update the links. If we click on here and when we go to click actions, you'll see that it's /category, and then you are going to put your category where it says your category here. Just replace that with this example, it would be beauty. If you have something that's 2 words like hair care, kind of like your category, you're just going to put a hyphen in between the 2 words instead of a space. That is all you have to do on the Showit side to get your categories linked properly. There'll be a couple steps inside of WordPress as well, but I'll show that to you once we get into the back end there. Right now, it looks a little funny because this text is overlapping, but don't worry, this is going to automatically expand just like it looks like in the demo here, depending on the length of your titles and your excerpts. I promise it will work itself out in the end. So you've gone through and deleted your demo pages and you've customized and made any adjustments needed to the blog page, single post, category, and tag, and you've checked it on mobile to make sure that it's all looking good. You're ready to log into the back end of WordPress. In order to do that, you're going to go to your domain. So if your domain is Soho House, you're going to go to www.sohohouse.com/WP-admin. When you go there, you'll be directed to this page and you log in with the same username and password that you log in to Showit with. It's the same account details. Once you hit log in, you'll be taken to your dashboard. Now this is similar to what your dashboard will look like. I am using a testing blog account, so yours is going to look a little bit different. There are already tons of posts and categories and tags and all the good things in here just for demonstrating. Yours may look a little more stripped down, but this is the basic dashboard when you enter. The first time you log into WordPress, I want you to go straight to where it says plugins down here. On the very left-hand side in the middle, you're going to click on plugins, and it probably will already be in this list, but you're looking for this, Yoast SEO. I want you to go ahead and install that plugin if it's not already. Click on activate. Down here, mine says deactivate, but yours will say activate. If you don't see Yoast in this list, go up to the top here, search install plugins or add new and get Yoast SEO. This is going to come in later when we're working on SEO for our blog post. I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to do that, but for now, go ahead and install it. Once that's completed, we actually want to make our first post. There's a couple different ways to make a post. It's all the same thing. You can go to post and then add new, or you can go up to this new button up here and click on post. Once you do that, it's going to bring you to this screen. This is the editor. If you've installed the Yoast plugin, it will pop up here. We can just minimize that for now. You're going to put in a title, your paragraph. You can use this plus button here to add things like images, different headings. You can craft your post any way you like, and just remember that Showit's going to pull everything in and make it styled to fit your template. I can give you an example of what that looks like here. So you can see we have the category up top, we have the title, and it fits nicely in this top space, and then we have our photographs and just some more content in the post. Now this is obviously for a photographer, so yours may look a little bit different, but this is how the single posts load. So in the back end of WordPress, this is what the actual post looks like. Here is the title. We have a little bit of a paragraph, then we've added some images. This is a second heading, so this is labeled as H2. So we can say something like brides who have visited our salon. Maybe we want that to be our second heading here. H1 is always reserved for the title, so you won't add any other H1s. Anything else for heading sections you will add will be H2 and below. You can preview that by going up to the very top here. You'll click there, and then I like to preview it in a new tab, and we can see our changes. So here is our second heading. Some things that you want to check on before you actually publish your post is click over to this post tab here. And then we want to go through and adjust our categories. Personally, I think that you should only tag one, maybe two categories, just so it doesn't get super confusing and then your post kind of starts showing up everywhere and it sort of over time defeats the purpose of categorizing things. Pick one or two categories. For this one, I would choose weddings, and then maybe I would say hairstyling or something like that. I would pick my two categories. And then for tags, I can make a lot more tags. They don't have to be as narrowed down as a category. I could say something like, let's say wedding hair is a tag. Let's say weddings. We can say lawn styles. Let's see something else that fits hair. So beauty, makeup, wedding day. So you get the idea. You want to do like 10 to 15 tags that relate to the content of your post. Then scrolling down here, you want to select a featured image. This is kind of like the featured image that you did for the page titles and meta descriptions under SEO settings. You'll want to click on here, and on this one, I'm going to replace it. It's going to bring up the media library. Now, the media library inside of WordPress is different than the media library inside of Showit. You'll want to upload the photo that you want to use, or select one if you've already uploaded a bunch here. I'll use this one as an example. You can put in your alt text. This is kind of your description. For this specific image, I would say light brick house with family and baby in front. And then I also would put a description here, and I would try to include some of the keywords that I want to rank for in the description. Then you'll click on set featured image. Here it is there. Then you can write an excerpt. Now this is going to appear inside of Showit. Going back to the demo page, this is where the excerpt pulls in. So this is placeholder copy. It says right there, that is the excerpt. We'll go back to our excerpt here, and you can write, a couple sentences. If you don't include an excerpt, see it says optional, it's just going to pull maybe the first sentence or two from the beginning of your post. If that's okay with you, that's totally fine, and you can leave this blank. So that's how we have added our categories in and adjusted some of our other settings. Now, if you don't have your categories set up yet, I do want to show you how to do that on the back end of WordPress. So we're going to go and leave here. And on the side here, kind of right before you get into the plugins and stuff, it says all posts and then categories. You're going to click there. Now, this is a testing account, so it has a ton of categories already. But say you wanted to, I think we use beauty as an example for our category. So we're going to add our name there and then click add new category. And you'll see that it is going to populate up here. And this is our slug. So this is what we would put into the Showit side where we did like the category / and then the name of the category. You can add as many categories as you like. Go ahead and save them, and that way they will appear in your post when you're ready to publish. Coming back to the original post that we were working on, now we can go to the very bottom and we can expand this Yoast SEO section, and I will quickly show you how to use this tool. It's so great for learning SEO and having better blog posts. So first we need to pick a focus key phrase. For this one, I'm just gonna go with this example that's already in here, and I'm gonna say Southwestern wedding is our key phrase. This is kind of like the phrase I'm trying to rank for. The thing with key phrases is you don't want to always use the same same one over and over again, although it can seem tempting. You want to make sure that you're sort of like casting your net a little bit wider. So if you're a photographer, you wouldn't want to only use the word, wedding photographer. You would want to say documentary style weddings or photographers in California, or, kind of just broaden your key phrase a little bit so that you are capturing more of what people are searching for. That's a focus key phrase. Then you can see what the title and the meta description look like in a little preview for the desktop and mobile. We have an SEO title. This is going to automatically populate to the title of the blog post. If your title is really long, you can shorten this down if you'd like to, but you don't have to. It's not super, super important. The meta description is what's more important. So we want to write a meta description that compels people to click on the link, includes keywords, and gives an accurate description of the blog post. I am going to put in a test meta description here that matches our focus key phrase. Remember, Southwestern wedding. Okay, so I put Soho House Beauty works with brides looking for the perfect Southwestern wedding, and then we still have this orange bar. We're trying to get this to green, which means that we need our meta description to be a little bit longer. So let's say perfect Southwestern wedding bridal look, maybe. Learn how Soho House did it. Of course, you're going to have a much better meta description because you are writing a real blog post and you know your stuff, but we're going to leave this as is for now. As long as we have this green bar and we include our focus key phrase, we are good to go. Now we get to my favorite part, and I call this the red light, green light system because that's literally what it shows you. It shows you things that you did well in green, things that you can improve in yellow, and then things you definitely need to fix in red. Starting with what we did well, we have images, which is great. Our key phrase length is good. That, Southwestern weddings, not too long, not too short. We used our key phrase in the meta description. Our meta description length is good. We already knew that because we got the green bar. We haven't used this key phrase before, and the key phrase is in the slug because that key phrase is in our title. So we're good to go there. Things that we can improve: the image that we chose in the post, the images that we chose don't have any alt attributes, so there's no description and there's no keywords in there. That's something that we can fix. And then it says the key phrase is in the SEO title. It doesn't contain the exact match, or the key phrase is the exact match, but they want us to put it at the beginning of the title. This is a situation where I would kind of use your best judgment. Julia and Jonathan, a Southwestern wedding. That kind of works. We also could say maybe a Southwestern wedding for Julia and Jonathan. Maybe we could try that. Let's see if it liked that. It did not. So we still have the A in there. Let's see if we delete that, if it likes that. It's being really picky, but now it's saying that we did that well because our key phrase is in the SEO title as an exact match and it's at the front. I would just use your best judgment and make sure that your title is readable and it's catchy and people want to click on it. I wouldn't worry, if you don't get all of these 100%, it's actually pretty hard to do, but it's just telling you, hey, we prefer your focus key phrase to be at the front. Now, things that we can work on. Starting from the top, outbound and internal links are really easy to fix, and they're a great help to you. Outbound links is just linking to anything that is not hosted on your own site. This could be vendors. If you work with vendors, this could be like social media channels of people that you work with. It can be, referencing another article or linking to a resource. Anything that's not hosted on your site that you want to link to is great. Internal links is linking to something inside your site. If you want to link to the contact page, if you want to link to, directly to another blog post that you're referencing, if you want to link to your gallery page, anything that's relevant to your blog post that's hosted on your site you want to link to. Then we have key phrase in the introduction. Now, obviously our key phrase isn't in here because this is just filler text, but I can put, Southwestern wedding somewhere at the beginning of this just to kind of reiterate that that's our focus key phrase, and that is kind of the main thing that this blog post is talking about, and that will turn that light. Key phrase density, again, our key phrase isn't really in the post because we have filler text, but you want to make sure that you're using it, enough times to make a difference in there, especially in your subheadings or your additional headings here. If there's a natural way that I could incorporate the words Southwestern wedding into the H2 or H3, the different subheadings, then I definitely want to do that. Text length, it is only about 139 words. We want the minimum to be about 300 words. If you're writing a real blog post, this is actually not too difficult to achieve as long as you have more than about 2 paragraphs in total in your blog post. You should be good to go. And then our SEO title width, it's saying that our title is a bit long and that it might get cutoffs here. So we would maybe want to focus on making this a bit shorter. Southwestern wedding, maybe if we just take out here, so at the Desert Hills Resort in Arizona, maybe we can try that. and see if that works. And it does. That is a really kind of quick overview on how to use Yoast. This is free. You can upgrade it, but I haven't really seen a need to go premium. This is a great free tool to help you create blog posts that are really going to improve your SEO. Thank you so much. We're really excited for your launch. If you have any questions or any concerns at all, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to help. Good luck with your launch.